Peter, but we got a whole gang here with us tonight. We got Zombie Shepherd, Benjamin. Welcome to see you in here. We have Foreign, Gotchi Bulls, Grim, Louisa. Nice to see you in here. Nadil, No Futuristic, Soju, Supreme Pablo, and of course T Bird. Welcome to the Syncopator here tonight. We're talking about all things GMI, things that we've been dealing with this week, and things we got coming up here ahead in terms of GMI events. And so let's get right into it here. I'm sharing my screen. Y'all should be able to see me. And yeah, GN Nadil. So first of all, I'd like to start out with our regular grateful jar. Things that have been going well. Of course, there were things that didn't go so well for me this last week. Some challenges, so I had to take some time off. But we're back, man. We're back. We're ready. I'm ready for the weekend, and I'm just glad to be here. So Blockpaarty is officially in the GMI studio. We did that with No Futuristic today, and that went pretty great. Uh, I think as far as where Blockpaarty is heading, we're going to be trying to create our own brand as Blockpaarty. I know Soju is going to be helping quite a bit with that. And so in the coming weeks, we'll start really carving out our identity as Blockpaarty. So making that transition slowly but surely, but I'm happy where we're at right now. So I'm happy with the show structure and all that. So we're definitely iterating right now. So speaking to last week, also taking some time off to touch grass and literally touch grass because I started my own garden and I'm now doing a lens series on sustainable gardening. So I think it's good to have food sovereignty and just know a little bit about how to grow things. And so go check out this lens post. This is a collectible post. It's free to collect as long as you're following my account on Lens. But it's one of many posts, and so I'm going to be doing one of these every week, and you can follow my journey in growing this garden of stuff. So yeah, check that out. Check out the Lens post, and stay tuned for my journey, my agriculture journey. Focusing on musical, artistic, and creative aspirations, I think it's important to be making time for these things. I've been working on some fake gotchis, so keep an eye out. And I know Soju, I know you were saying you were working on a fake gotchi as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing that drop sometime soon. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. I'm just kind of chilling. I'm trying to take some time, some creative time, and to actually work on some of my own production. You guys saw on District or on Block Party today, we we unraveled some new music equipment. So I'm gonna be working on some of that and hopefully have something in time for 420 special coming up on April 20th. So hopefully I have something put together there that's gonna be cool. Project updates. This is getting into it now. Git Gotchi. This is something we just started last week. Hasn't really gone into activation mode yet, but basically coding focused community within GMI. So GitHub and Aavegotchis equal good things. First step is to start a GitHub profile. So if you don't already have one, we'll help you get started. And maybe that'll be the first session that we do is just making sure everybody has a GitHub set up. But I think we should try and focus on making this a fun endeavor and maybe even kind of treating it like a weekly book club, but for AI, AI and all coding related things. Because myself as a amateur programmer, I definitely have leveled up my skills using some of these AI tools this week. So I think we could all learn from each other in that regard, and have our little coding community starting within GMI here. So that's Get Gotchi. Keep an eye out for that. The GMI landing page, business card prototype. I got the business cards right here. If you guys are watching the live stream, I could show you real quick. These are made by Thrax. They might not show complete. Oh yeah, they show nice there on the screen. These are made by Thrax. He killed it on these. They look amazing. The QR code does actually target to gmifrens.com. So Z-Fi has been working on that, and he's been offered a bounty to kind of help us revamp and kind of sync with incoming information for this website to help us get it up to a point where it has like everything you need to know about GMI on one page. So right now we got 100 of these card prototypes. I think I'll send a couple of them out to some of our deaf GMI folks, and then we got 500 foil cards that I'm going to get made, some fancier ones, with the help of Thrax, who helped us design those. So look out for that. QR code. Yeah, I covered all that. Next thing here, the Eat Denver Gotchi Gang Invasion giveaway is now coming to an end. I think we had a pretty good distribution there. We're going to make sure everybody who was there on the team is going to be getting one. Plus, we have about 20 of them that we gave away. And then we got a 10 card allocation for Mr. Stellar Hobbs himself for designing the work there. So I think we could still do one more little distribution because we do have an extensive amount of cards left. So I would like to either do a distribution or maybe even burn some of the cards, maybe even burn some of the supply, depending on what people think. Could be a good way to manage it. I'm always a fan of a good burn, so maybe a burn mechanic could be interesting. But I'm also open to other ways we could distribute some of these cards. We definitely want to make sure we get co-founders of Eat Denver one each. And, shout out to T-Bird for getting those addresses over to us. Supreme Pablo. Yeah, Supreme Pablo, I just had to mute your hot mic, sir. Just let me know if you need to be unmuted there. Yeah, so just be open to these ideas for the distribution. Might still do one more, might give a couple away tomorrow. Bounties and prizes. So this is, I think we talked about this last week. Yeah, we already talked about this last week. We just touched on the distribution there. I'm hoping by the end of the weekend, distribution will be complete for that. Infinity Keys. We had a great event with Infinity Keys earlier this week. They throw really fun, engaging events. Shout out to Chair. Is Chair in the audience here? No, I don't see Chair here with us tonight, but Chair was a great host, and we did a live stream there with Infinity Keys. I know Orium Guild also has one planned there, so we should definitely make sure we get the Gotcha Gang to show up for that and represent. The super chat was really fun too. They dropped like almost 100 ghosts with Alchemica. It was crazy. There was a lot of Alchemica. I was definitely walked out of there with full bags. Let's see here. GM with GMI. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, watch out for Infinity Keys because I think we'll have more events with them. They got a Gotchi puzzle pack out right now. So if you head over to infinitykeys.io, you should have access to that puzzle pack. Right. Next item, GM with GMI. We weren't a fan of the Twitter Spaces. They weren't that interactive, and we had repetitive technical issues with Twitter. But lately, it's been behaving for me. So I don't know. I hope it's been all right for you guys. But I'm thinking we could probably do a Twitter Tuesday for exposure. I don't think one space a week could hurt, especially if we're doing the other four in the Discord here, where it's nice and comfy. I would love to do one a week, just on Twitter, just for the exposure there, and make sure that we get friends into the Discord here for the rest of the week, where we have fun games and we're just hanging out and doing a little bit more interactive stuff in here in the Discord. So it's a great way to start your morning. That's for those of you who don't know, 3 p.m. UTC every morning, which is about 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for me, is when we do GM with GMI. It's our morning talk show. We do a live stream every morning almost. So there's that. And I think that's been going really well. We've had good turnout for those, both on Twitter and in the server. Now, just to address some technical debt. This is something I've been working on for a couple weeks, but kind of slowly in the background. Just loose ends to tie up. I don't think there's a whole lot to cover there. Uh, well, we're almost at 110 subs for our Twitch, which is cool. That's something we should definitely try and get your friends to sign up. Follow our Twitch, or we could definitely do an initiative for that. But maybe we should try and push that tomorrow during the Saturday meeting and try and see if we can get some people to sign up following our Twitch. So we are streaming every day. There's a lot of content there. Another idea I had was also automating some of our Twitter programming announcements, because we have so many different shows now that I think it's a good time to start thinking about ways to promote them and make sure everyone's aware of, like maybe an events calendar even would help for people to know when A to Z and Zombie Time and Touchgrass and all these other shows that we do throughout the week, either through Pixelcraft or through other means, are also getting caught. I'm a core contributor, and I tend to miss I tend to miss one activity every week almost, because I got so many things going on. Yeah, Nadeal, I agree with you. We need GMI and Espanol someday soon. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. International. Yeah, no, I totally hear you. I think we should definitely get some more of that community in here. I would love to see that. And Nadeal, where you're at. I think you have many friends that dabble in the art world. I'd love to see them make their way over to GMI and have our own Ecuadorian clique within GMI. That'll be awesome. So yeah, overall Friday night workflows are looking pretty good. They're getting better using Restream. I'm comfy using Restream. It's a lot smoother, just like logging on. And I think the one thing we could definitely improve is maybe just making sure we get our just getting more video clips and like little overlays and stuff just for people to select for other shows. I think Zombie Shepherd, you've done a really good job um, with like selecting your all the things for your shows there. But we'll probably have to do something similar for GMI and also for Block Party. So I'm looking forward to Soju's work. I know you've been giving us a few teases. If you want to drop one of those, some Block Party alpha, feel free to drop it in our Sound of the Ghost chat there. I'd love to see the last iteration of the Block Party work that you were working on. I think you showed us a couple weeks ago, but I think the folks in here would love to see some of that. But it's looking good, man. I'm loving it. It's looking great. And so yeah, that's going to be nice to have that implemented on our Block Party show as well. This brings us to the D420 special. This is something special we do every year for April 20th. Of course, we're cannabis enthusiasts at heart, and we know many people in Web3 are, so we do this one-day event with GMI. We actually, those of you who don't know, we used to call our Block Party podcast was called District 420, actually. And that was like the main thing that we focused on. That's what we did back then. And it was Web3 focused as well, but the podcast has evolved. We've matured now, and it's called Block Party. It makes more sense. I think more people are willing to be open to that. So District 420 special, that's April 20th, of course. We did a pretty great event last year. We sold a whole bunch of one-hit wonders, and so I think there's almost 170 or 160 holders of one-hit wonder, but there are like almost 800 copies of it because they're minted off like tickets, and they're sold pretty cheap. And so what I would like to do this year is incentivize some burning, incentivize a little destruction, and at the same time just have some fun with it. So I'm working on a fake gotchi card right now myself. You guys saw the music equipment I got here. I hope I can put something together in the next 2 weeks. I spent a lot of time doing this stuff, so I mean, I feel like I could get something together within 2 weeks. But the idea is a fake gotchi art and music kind of uh, work, and 20 supply, and then hopefully reaching out to some other well-known artists, respected artists in our space, and seeing if they'd be wanting to try for a maybe a 4 supply of a fake gotchi card. So the 4 and the 20. And of course, if any community artists in here are listening and are like, yo, I want to do a fake for 20, let us know, man. I'd love to collab with y'all and try and figure something out. But the idea is we'll have a couple fake gotchi cards that we can offer, and there'll be a raffle mechanic, probably a burn to enter raffle mechanic for some of those exclusive pieces. I might also create a POAP badge on Manifold for just friends who happen to own at least one, and so they can at least get that in addition to you know some other goodies we might be giving out. There's plenty of prizes we've been thinking about. And then, of course, we got some special guests that I think would be really fitting on our show. So we can have up to 10 people in our studio, which is really cool. And so I'd like to fill the studio out for this special day and invite some of our friends that we met in East Denver and get them up there with us. Oh, Soju, dropping some of the alpha. Man, I love that. Low peaks. No, man, I love it. I respect the process. It's looking good. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so for D420, we just got some interesting ideas there. I think we can continue brainstorming. I'll start a thread here in our Discord for us to start discussing this, and then also get the word out for the art bounty. I was thinking something like 100 ghosts for the best. We can have an art contest like we did for Eat Denver, and then maybe we take a couple of them or one or two of them and we make them into stickers as well. So that could be interesting. But yeah, I got plenty of prizes there as well to give out. So keep an eye out for that. We'll do a little bit of promotion. We'll start doing a little promotion in about a week or so for that. Soju. That's funny. That's so funny. He's saying so this is Soju saying he started drawing this pre Hefe reveal. So his brain went Hefe Pepe. All right. Yeah, also no future must keep his beard now because of this. You know, you've been immortalized in Soju's work with a beard, so that has to stay. All right, so yeah, no, that's looking awesome, man. Really looking forward to that. Website support. Shout out to ZFi. ZFi has been crushing it with the website work there. With the ETH Denver, ETH Denver setup was amazing. We already paid out a bounty for that, and now we have them working on V2 for GMI, which is going to be the main landing page. I've kind of seen the beginnings of that, and I'm pretty stoked. So appreciate ZFi taking on that work, and yeah, keep an eye out for that. The GMI business cards tie in perfectly with this because they target to the website, so we can always keep people updated through the business cards. Biz dev follow up. We had a couple meetings this last week. We actually talked to, I think you guys are in here, but the community one crew, Spark AI, Quest GPT, really interesting conversation. It was really enjoyable conversation, enlightening. I'm looking forward to using some of the Quest GPT stuff specifically, but also Spark AI for Aavegotchi DAO probably. Hey, Louisa, welcome to the call. Yeah, these are our Friday night syncopators. So anybody interested in, either building in the Gotchiverse, being involved in the Gotchiverse, We have a ton of creative people in here. We just come and hang out here on Friday nights and kind of work through our plan for the next week. So glad to have you in here and kind of chilling with the crew here. No, it's okay. No, I'm listening. Go ahead. Yes, absolutely. That's the whole idea behind Gitgachi. And so we want to get people in the Aavegotchi community who are either maybe a little bit intimidated by coding and haven't done any at all, or are just starting and maybe are, very early in their journey to help them kind of feel empowered to continue doing this because I think it's a really important skill. Oh, yeah, that's a tough one. I think so. I think that's already somewhat been decided by some of the mini game builders. They primarily use TypeScript, so they're using the syntactic layer on top of JavaScript for their programming. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's been interesting, and then you're also seeing a lot of the AI assistant stuff coming out lately. It's been quite interesting to play around with some of that stuff, even as a junior programmer. Nice. Yeah. No, totally well said, and I totally see what you're saying with Python because it is such a language based, there I think AI would jive well better with Python for sure. Yeah, totally. I actually started learning on Python. That was that was my main jam when I was starting to learn very earlier on. Yeah, it's awesome. So, I mean, we had a great conversation earlier this week with Spark AI and your other product, Quest GPT. I think one of the things I'm really excited for GMI specifically is using Quest GPT in our Discord because I think we have some really creative people in here that some great storytellers, and I think it'd be a great tool to implement within the GMI Discord. Hmm. Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be so exciting because the other thing is we have our core Aavegotchi lore. The Gotchiverse does have, like you say, a base core story to it. And there's lots of gaps that have been left to be filled. And so I think, something like Quest GPT it'd be a great companion for good storytellers to fill in these blanks. Yeah, I think everybody is, I think everybody has it within them. Everybody in this room is creative, whether they realize it or not. It's about, having the creative confidence. And I think that's where a lot of this assistance that we can get from AI empowered dApps and apps is that they can empower people who may not consider themselves as purely creative people to now feel empowered and get that confidence because ideally if you a creative person should be confident in what they're doing, but how do you do that if you not don't think you're creative? You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, totally. And I love that. And so I can't wait to see the awesome app that you guys have built, Quest GPT, be implemented in our Discord and see what these creative people in here can come up with. Absolutely. Awesome. Yeah, well, I'm again happy to have you in here hanging out with us. Feel free to join us every Friday. We're always doing this around this time on Friday. And so we'd love to maybe even have some sort of a Quest GPT kind of event here. Yeah, like a little 10-20 minute Quest GPT game we can all play together on these meetups. Would be really awesome to play with you guys on that. Oh man, so I mean, what you're saying here is might need to commit a whole segment here of our Friday night to playing Quest GPT. Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Awesome. Yeah, no, this is awesome. That was a unexpected special guest here Friday night. So glad to have you in here with us. Just a couple more things to cover on our meeting here for tonight. We have the live events committee proposal. I don't know, New Futuristic. Do you want to speak on this a little bit? This is still in the early stages. Oh, I actually don't see no futuristic in here. He might have hopped out. He might have left. But basically, this is an early discussion. It is basically a committee around hosting and deploying people and resources for live events, like what we did at ETH Denver. What we're finding is the DAO process is quite slow, and so to get things funded, like event that's coming up in like a month, it's oftentimes too short to really allocate any budget or go through the proposal process, which can sometimes take 2 to 3 weeks just to get the funding. And so maybe having some sort of a events committee that's able to manage a chunk of allocated funding that we could commit towards IRL events would probably make more sense there. But that's something we can discuss during the next DAO meeting. And for now, we can just table that discussion. I think I'll catch up with No Futuristic on that. Some new discussions. I've been hanging out in the Nori server as well, absorbing refi and DeSci knowledge. So refi is regenerative finance. It's the whole idea behind using credits and using on-chain incentives to encourage things like sustainable farming practices. So this is a whole part of crypto that I didn't even realize exists, and I'm just kind of hanging out there observing because of my Callum and trying to figure out what this all is, because it kind of feels just very new and foreign to me. And so I've been curious there, poking around. If you're also like a gardener or environmental person, or you're just genuinely curious about carbon cycle and that sort of thing, I definitely recommend hanging out with McCallum on Friday mornings after GM with GMI. We'll be hanging out with those guys, I think, more often, and just like absorbing their knowledge, I guess. Let's see here. So that wraps up basically the main discussion we had here for today. We have our spacious farming parcel. We got a whole bunch of FOMO harvesters on it right now, and they're all going. And we got we're trying to continuously upgrade all our stuff there. So the whole goal there is to get a nice farming setup for FOMO, and then we'll be selling off some of that occasionally, or doing a little bit of like Alchemica treasury management once we have enough to even be concerned about. But right now it's early stages. Just got the farm going. Yeah, Kula Longus. Exactly. Let's farm those. And the whole idea here, Kula Longus, again, he's for those of you who don't know, Kula Longus, he's an asset manager within Aavegotchi and manages a decent amount of assets at this point. And I think GMI will probably be lending our land out to them to manage once we have it up to a sufficient farming setup level for it to be maintained. So Coolongus is going to be on it, and he'll be farming that parcel for us once it's upgraded to a sufficient level. I think we were saying like level 5 or 6 would be a good place to get a sustainable yield there. And for any of you in here who do feel like you want to contribute to the GMI parcel, it's open building for anybody. I believe at this point, I opened up the permissions. So if you do want to contribute to the parcel, you want to help us out with a little Alchemica or a little upgrade, we always appreciate that, of course. But yeah, it's getting there slowly but surely. Yeah, okay. I think that's pretty much all we had for today. I mean, we talked about our special coming up. We had an unexpected guest in the house. Appreciate you coming out. I'm hoping we can maybe get some sort of a chat GPT or sorry, Quest GPT iteration in Discord. Maybe we'll catch up. We'll catch up sometime over the next week and talk about what we need to do on our end to make that happen. But yeah, it's been good hanging out with all you friends this week. Louisa, Chair, some really great community engagement initiatives going on there. Let's see. Does anybody else have anything else? Any last minute announcements? Anything else going on this week that you might want to get out there? I see Zombie Shepherd, Z-Fi, you guys are in the room. Do you guys have any announcements for this week? 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Yeah. Oh, love it. I'm loving the expansion. Absolutely. So keep an eye out for that. And so once again, sorry, is that on Monday that you're doing that? Monday, every Monday for the next 9 weeks? Quick TLDR on the 402 for those of us who don't know what the 402 is. Okay, no, very cool. We should all be looking out for that. Lots of collectible content there. I know you're. Are you able to restream there? I see you have the restream connected to 402. Does that actually work? Oh, true. Yeah, yeah. Oh, and integrated POAPs, Z5 is saying for the 402. Ooh. I see chair. Sorry, go ahead. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that. I see okay, I see some things in the chat here. Chair, you're dropping some alpha. Some treasure drop happening somewhere? We're supposed to be somewhere in the Gotchiverse. Oh, yeah, GMI parcel for sure. Let me see if I can boot up a bounce key here real quick for y'all. Oh, do you have yours? You have yours, so maybe why don't yeah, let's do the infinity keys. Which one should we go to? Infinity keys. So for those of us in the room here who don't know what's going on, we're about to head to the Gotchiverse and we're gonna collect some Alchemica. Hey, oh, okay. Let's see why. No, no, that's good. I'm glad you mentioned that. Let's see why Nadeal cannot drop. Try now, Nadeal. You might be able to share them now. I think so. Infinity keys. Infinity keys number 1. That's where we're heading to right now. Yeah. We always like a challenge. Oh, here we go. Oh man, here we go. Here we go. All the Chemica rain. Heavy showers were forecasted today, friends. Oh man, and it really is exercising a muscle because the first couple ones like were supposed to be easy. They're still going over my head, until you kind of get the feel for it. Yes, totally. Well, there you go. I think that was gratefulness from the deal there that you're getting. It's a good time. Is there a leaderboard for that? I did not like feeding sharks, man. We've been trained. Yeah, and so we should be expecting some heavy Alchemica showers. You said after the hangout tomorrow, right? Okay, right. Okay. Yes. Oh, 5 gotchis being given away. That's huge. That's some thick alpha, sir. I think it's a late game resource, man. I think it's gonna be one of those things that people keep accumulating, and then one day it's like, holy, I should have been accumulating Keck the whole time. Look at that. Just like that. Dang, dude. Heavy alchemical showers here. Oh yeah. Mint all the keys. TLDR, mint all the keys. Well, I appreciate you, sharing that with us and kind of hanging out with us like we did earlier. Was that today? Everything's a blur, man. I can't remember if the yesterday. Yeah, we are hanging out and I'm looking forward to doing more of those. Let's get more friends exposed to Infinity Keys. I'm loving the puzzles and yeah, I think it's cool what you guys are doing. And on that note, I think we're ready to wrap up here. I appreciate all you guys coming out, ladies, fellas, guys, everybody coming out here and hanging out with us here on the GMI Block Party. We had a great episode here tonight at Zombie Time Music Hour. He crushed it. And finally, here with the Syncopator, lots of good things going on within GMI. So we're going to keep grinding this week, and we'll catch y'all tomorrow during the Saturday hangout, 2 p.m. UTC. That's early in the morning for me. I'll be up at 7 a.m. for that. And we'll be hanging out in the Gotchiverse. Apparently, there's something big that's supposed to happen in the Gotchiverse tomorrow, but I don't know. Keep your April Fool's radars on, guys. I don't know. I'm not fully buying into this. Although every time Pixelcraft has said they're doing something big, they really do something big. So it's we'll see. We'll see what's up. Stay tuned, folks. Join us tomorrow morning. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Thank you for joining us here with the GMI Block Party. Peace out, friends. See you later.